Good morning. Yeah, yesterday was crazy. I actually grabbed a couple college basketball wins late. I had Gonzaga, Washington State, Samford. So I got some college basketball money back, but the NBA, man, I had a fucking terrible NBA day. I need to have, I don't know, I got to go look exactly at the numbers, but if I don't have like a crazy good today and tomorrow in the NBA, I officially have to put my first losing week in the books since like mid-January. It's depressing. Are those accurate, this guy? He said I was 7-9 in the video yesterday. I could see that. Actually, I could probably tell you right here. Wait, how was I 7-9? Because we all pushed Arizona -20. So how is there no pushes there? See, this is why you can't believe the comments, man. I was about to just run with that. Hold on, I can tell you exactly what it was. All right, Thursday. North Carolina win. Arizona push. Jackrabbits, I lost that. 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 4-2, 5-2, 6-2, 6-3, 7-3, 7-4, 7-5, 7-6, 8-6, 8-7. I was 8-7-1 on the live show yesterday. I just added it up. How the hell was I 7-9, dude? Well, bro, it was 20 on the show. The graphics we make on the show is based on what the line is right there, and it was 20. And I went 8-7-1. I just added it up. Yeah, dude's just in there lying in the comments. What a fucking crazy motherfucker, yo. Just so you know, guys, this is the records from yesterday. Type all fake shit. That's wild. That's crazy. The crazy part is he typed it. Nah, you're good, bro. I was just bullshitting. I didn't mean. I probably came off with, but I was about to run with that. I was like 7-9 because I didn't add mine up, and you were like Kyle 7-9, and I was like, yeah, that sounds close. And I was about to run with that, and I was like, there's no 1 there at the end, so let me just double check this guy. So I went 8-7-1 on the show yesterday. 8-8 if you're counting Arizona as a loss, but. It's not like we like cheat with the lines. The graphics we use are exactly what the line was when we make the graphics. So the picks we make on the show are based on that. It's kind of like, would you take this team at this line? And I know that sounds like a weird way to do it, but it actually is the most efficient way to do it because then it kind of gives a direct answer. I don't know. I picked James Madison in my bracket, but I don't know. I talked to someone last night who really likes Wisconsin. All right, Doug. Appreciate it. Oh, I gotta go to this concert thing with the girlfriend tonight. That sucks. You know, like at the time, you're like, yeah, I'll do that. And then when it actually comes, you're like, why the fuck did I say I would do that? That's what this is right now. All right. James Madison, Wisconsin. Strength of schedule. Yeah, this is what I was talking about in the video last night. 3rd to 274th. It's like I don't even know how to evaluate the numbers when we're looking at shit like that. Yeah, Doug Lane. That's a good question. So, I think the most important part about it, and you should do this when you have a winning day also, not just when you have a losing day, but, and I'm pretty good about it, it's trying to remember what really happened. Because a lot of times in sports betting, a lot of them, dude, he said I double checked and the graphic on yesterday's show was Arizona minus 21. No, it wasn't. It's Arizona minus 20. I'm looking at it right here, dude. This, no disrespect, he says, and this dude's just blatantly throwing lies out of there. Okay, no. So it's important to look back and figure out, decide what really happened. And what I mean by that is a lot of these games, at the end of them, there wasn't a right or wrong side. Like Nevada-Dayton yesterday. Yeah, that counts as a loss, right? You lost money. I have to count it. Well, I don't keep my college basketball standings on the website, but I have to count it on my record as a loss because it's a loss. But can you, if you watch that game, that was a coin flip finish. Either team could have won. There wasn't a right or wrong side. And a lot of sports betting is coin flip finishes and just hoping you're on the right side. So at the end of the night, you look and you can find which ones were the right and wrong sides. Like, okay, these 6 games were coin flips, but this one I was on the right side here, wrong side here. Just try to identify where you were actually wrong. Like if for example, if you go 0-3, but all your losses were like Nevada, there's no reason to really even change up what you're doing. That's just bad luck. You're on the wrong side of coin flips. That happens. But if you go 0-3 and your losses were like, let's see, that's a good one. Like, okay, Colorado State +2. If you go 0-3 and your losses were like Colorado State +2, you were on the wrong side. So, I mean, you shouldn't change your process off of a losing day or even a losing month. But that's when you're like, okay, I was wrong here. But a lot of these games are coin flips, and at the end, someone said, hey, happy birthday, bro. Looks like these guys are ready to join the stream. Yeah, like Kentucky. There, someone brought up Kentucky. Kentucky was the wrong side. If you have Kentucky minus 13.5 last night, that was wrong. But Nevada, I mean, one little... You mean to tell me if a shot hits the rim and misses, just one shot, all of a sudden that makes a bad pick a good pick? No, if one single play can change your loss into a win, it's not a bad pick. And this, by the same token, if one little play can change your win into a loss, it wasn't a good pick either. Like, you were just on the right side of the coin flip. It's very common to celebrate the coin flip wins as if they were great picks and chalk the coin flip losses up as bad luck. Like, no, there's bad luck and there's good luck. It's both part of it. Well, Thomas Shot, I hear you on that. But I mean, you never know. There could be some new people in here. There's new sports bettors every single day, and it's important to make sure they're being steered in the right direction, you know. Yes, Sanford did get robbed. Someone goes, Bijan Robinson went 16-0 yesterday. How do you even know what how do you even know what Bijan Robinson picked? You boys? Bijan Robinson went 16-0.
He's like one of the only people in America with a perfect bracket still.
Shit, that's funny.
Check.
Yo.
Oh shit! I don't even have the countdown up. I'm sorry. People are probably like, "What the hell's going on?"
People are up in arms.
All right, I have to go piss.
Well, I don't even know how to do this without a countdown. Oh wait, no, there it is. Never mind.
Does he know he moved his camera? That's my desk right there.
I don't think he really cares. I don't know.
I don't know. He might. I had no idea.
I don't think. Is there anything at your desk that you don't want the public?
No,
to
I don't
see,
know if
Andy,
he
you
was just
sick
like.
fuck?
No, well, no,
All right.
maybe at AJ's, but no. Somebody asked if I'm going
Oh.
to talk about Tennessee. Yes. I thought I did a good enough analysis of the game to explain why St. Peter's is at least going to keep it within 20. They played like shit. My bad. I really thought, maybe I thought too much of them, but that was just a bad game overall. That was over from the beginning. I didn't expect that. It's like the only game yesterday where it was pretty much over from the get-go. So, bad pick. UNC was kind of, you knew. That was over. Other than, I guess, Gonzaga.
Thank you.
Yeah, they were beating the shit out of them pretty early.
Thank
There was
you.
no point in the St. Peter's or Gonzaga games where there are obviously Tennessee, where the other team was ever going to win. So
I just know this is.
I thought I
just know this is a shit here when I did fantastic on sides, and the only reason I lost was first half unders. So
Yeah, that Oregon one rips a heart out.
Oh,
That was
there was
tough.
Winning at the
I lost 4 of them within a point.
That's what I said. You moved the camera by accident, or it moved itself. I think.
So the year of shit continues.
Somebody just commented. They didn't think it was going to be close.
Yeah.
I think I might have
the
been
camera.
the one
The camera follows me, but it's supposed to. When I do this, it locks it into place. See, like if I want right now, I unlocked it. But right now, I don't like how low I am on the screen.
You look normal.
No, now I like my head to be up here. There we go. Hey, nice St. Peter's pick, guys. That was really dope.
Thanks, man.
I was 10-5-1 yesterday, so
Not according to the guy in the comments. You went
I
5-11.
saw that. I went
I had a
7-8
good day,
Dude, I like
so-
how he lied about it. Posted the wrong records. Then goes, my bad. I just made a mistake. No disrespect. And then came back and lied again.
He did say, I will give him credit because he did say, he said that he went by like what this says at the FA, like the plus 3.5. You should go by the pick graphics because the pick graphics are done after
Yeah.
you've done that. So
Okay, well, if you think that we're trying to pull one
Yeah,
over your
no, we're
head
not.
over these graphics, then you're on the wrong show, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
If you can't figure out that, especially at college basketball and NCAA tournament, these things are gonna move. Like
And
You don't have a-
obviously Dayton was the right play, so you guys were wrong there. I don't know what you guys are doing.
Scoop, what was your record on the show?
No,
today? I didn't,
no,
I didn't
no,
read
no.
it in Discord, and you didn't say it on here. What was
said-
it?
No, it was
10-5-1.
10-5-1. I won
Got it.
yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
no. You're not taking credit for that Dayton game. Fuck that.
I
That
will
was
take all
that
the
was a
credit
17-point
that
game with
game.
6. We
Thank
were
you.
on the right side there. That was just ridiculous.
When you're wrong, you're wrong, man.
I wanted to yell during that so badly, but Kyle was recording. I got
it.
almost
Your
wanted to
record's
throw
in
something
Discord,
on the
Scoop.
TV.
I got it.
It's
Don't
not
worry.
hostile.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
It's not hostile, bro. Relax. It's just we're just
And
bullshit.
Florgasm, I'm actually pretty good on the show. But okay. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Ride high.
I saw a
think
documentary.
Grenades,
I saw a documentary, and I think Sauce is actually in the mafia, straight up.
Sweet.
That must have been a terrible documentary. In your world, liar is hostile. Well, don't be so sensitive, dude.
Wow.
The
And
word
you're still
liar-
watching this show?
Well,
I
yeah,
think I call sauce worse than that every day.
bro. The word liar is hostile. You should just get a look at the comments I get on a daily basis, bro. Tell me to kill myself, like making fun of my family.
Oh, I get to kill myself for
Oh.
the soccer picks. The soccer picks, I got to kill myself a bunch of times. So,
the
like, okay, well, sorry,
word-
man.
If the word liar is hostile, I could file a police report every single day.
I like how all the
Jake
like,
Paul-
shit-talking-
Jake Paul defeats Mike Tyson. He said, I don't understand the appeal, and maybe I'm the weird one in
That's
these.
real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're actually gonna fight you.
In these like celebrity, this new age of Mike Tyson. This is a fact. Mike Tyson wasn't good enough to box professionally 20 years ago.
Mhm.
I don't understand. Like, what's the appeal in this? 20 years ago.
Like they're like truly in the ring, or like, am I missing something?
No, yeah, they're boxing on
Boxing,
Netflix. In when is that? Does anybody know? I don't.
June or
I have
something?
no idea.
Okay. I
Didn't
I'll
he
watch just
It's
because.
free.
fight,
so
like,
I
2 years
probably
ago, but he
won't
couldn't
know.
take a shot to the head or whatever. Is it even real boxing?
They'll probably have headgear.
No,
on.
I don't know actually. The ones
usually
I've
have
seen
headgear.
don't have headgear on, but it's like I don't even get what the appeal is.
Yeah.
What are they fighting for?
No idea.
Like what are they fighting for?
Money.
What, winner gets cash?
No, they both get cash
Then then that didn't answer the question. What are they fighting for?
to get said cash paid.
guess-
No, but what
pride.
are they fighting? What's the motivation to win?
Pride.
I don't know.
Pride?
I hope
guess.
it's-
What?
I mean, you.
Mike
I just
Tyson doesn't-
learned
Mike-
2 minutes ago that Mike
No.
Tyson's fighting.
Mike Tyson's probably doing it because he needs the paycheck. It would be my guess. Because what other reason would you have
Crazy.
to fight Jake Paul?
Entertainment. But see, like I don't understand how that's entertaining. Do you know there's
Yeah,
professional
like, who's
boxing?
watching that?
There's
No,
prof-
Mike Tyson's in the WWE Hall of Fame, so you gotta give him
Yeah.
some credit.
there's professional boxing on every weekend. I can promise you it's way more entertaining. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know.
That blows my mind.
You gotta see Tyson Holyfield 4 or whatever coming.
Toast, do you think Will
Agree.
Wade's in Nashville yet? Think he got there on time?
Probably.
ran out of
I
that
would
place.
Assume so.
He ran out of that place.
Someone said we need to stop with these first half overs.
Well, if you would have played him, you would have been
exactly,
really good yesterday.
exactly.
Trust me.
I got invited to the oh my god, what's his name? The Instagram, the boxer that's he's like going crazy. What the hell's his name?
Garcia?
Yeah, the Garcia Haney fight. I got invited to.
I've been hearing about. He's
I don't
on my
even know who that
TikTok.
is.
Last time I got a shape up, the guy was telling me about it. We put it on the TV. It was like, oh my god, Ryan Garcia, what are you doing?
Is he good?
He was, right?
Kyle
He's
must
on
be
the-
high. Tyson's
Crazy
still
now.
one of the greatest, dude. Tyson wasn't good enough.
I can tell you right now, Tyson's
He-
not one of the
he's-
greatest boxers.
He's one of the
anymore right
greatest
now.
in history, not right now.
Dude, Tyson wasn't one of the best. Like he wasn't good enough to fight professionally.
He'd still knock the shit out of you.
I
if
think
he
that guy's
punches you,
joking
but,
though. I think he's
like-
being funny.
Like if he hits you, it's gonna hurt a lot. I'm just,
Ooh,
but-
somebody-
Is it?
yes.
Somebody
I can
commented
barely
about
take a hit
Grand
as it is,
Canyon.
man.
Oh, okay.
Grand
Somebody
Canyon's about to
commented
get.
Not saying that I'm
My
some
guys
fighter.
tonight.
Grand Canyon's about to get slapped.
Yeah, System Plays loves Grand Canyon.
Does he?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and then I
This
kind of
is not a-
Poor kid needs help.
He
This
kind
is
of
not a
he
McNeese
kinda backed off.
situation.
he went
No,
back.
no.
He went from I'm
So-
loving it, and then I kind of shit on him for why he shouldn't love it, and then he goes, "I'm just gonna do the money line. Fuck it."
Yo, that kid.
I did
man.
it. I took the money.
Yo, that
I
kid.
love him. I told him that yesterday. I said, I
Yeah.
respect you, dude.
Yeah, dude, he was like all in on Drake yesterday, and he went. He was so pissed off. Oh shit. Well,
That's why I told him. I said, yo, I give you crap because I know you can handle it. So
Yeah, but
well,
that's
a lot of
about-
times he's a kid, so a lot of times like when his responses,
He's
people
freaking
take him
12 years old.
right. So
Yeah.
people take it as like when it's like, dude, he's 20. Like, remember how
Like,
you
yeah,
talked when you
exactly.
were 20?
a lot of people can't take shit, so you got to watch who you talk to.
All right. Ooh, whoops. All right. So we're ready. It is 10:30. So, what's up, everybody? Hope you all had a better Thursday than me. You know what? The crazy part is, I'm letting my bad NBA night shadow the fact that, like, I went 8-7-1 in my picks yesterday on the show, and it really wasn't. I just had a bad NBA night, and I kind of let that ruin everything else. And the fact that BYU and Nevada lost early, I kind of like mentally was like, this sucks. But I got a couple wins late. I got Gonzaga, Washington State, Samford, all at the end there. So it turns out that my March Madness picks actually didn't do that bad. But NBA was a rough one, and I let that shadow over everything else. NBA will bounce back, unfortunately. You know that if I think I need 4.9 units today and tomorrow, and if I don't get plus 4.9 units in NBA today or tomorrow, I officially have to put my first losing week in the books since January. It's official. So I need a miracle, man. Maybe I should put 5 units on a bet or something. Keep the streak alive. All right, so Northwestern FAU. Toast. I'm leaning FAU in this one, but I didn't bet it because I'm not familiar enough with the team. Isn't Northwestern missing a forward, right? They're missing somebody, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Matthew something. He's a 7-1. He's 7-1. He should be. I mean, not that his points per game isn't anything crazy, but defensively he should be a big thing, and that's comes in big when you're playing a Florida Atlantic team with guys like Golden and stuff like that down low. Who's not only big, but Golden's pretty athletic, who can move around too. So I took UAF. Excuse me.
UAF?
Or sorry, FAU. Sorry.
Wow.
I didn't have a monster. I didn't have
You
a
said
monster
Air
today.
Force.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. God damn it.
Air Force is AFA, actually, but go on.
Okay.
So okay. FAU first half, and then FAU Auburn money line. But for the show, FA 4 now. God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
It
I
was
guess.
2.5. It was actually
Whatever. I guess for the show.
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
And that's kind of describes how I feel too.
So yeah, I just feel I'm not there with Northwestern. I think that I really do like Chris Collins. Or I'm sorry, yeah, Chris Collins and stuff like that. But I just don't feel like he has the defensive threat that he's had in years past in the NCAA tournament. They've also lost 3 of their last 4 going into this. Does Boo Booey scare me? Absolutely. But at the same time, I'm getting Dusty May and a Florida Atlantic team that's returning so many players off that national or that run that they made last year that I think they're maybe playing with their food a little bit coming into this. So that's why I took them in the first half. I trust them. I feel like they know what they're going to do. If they're going to win this game, they're going to have to come out strong to do it. So I took them in the first half, and then to get rid of that -4, I paired them with Auburn. It was a nice price, under -120 on 2 teams I didn't think that would lose. So
fair. Scoop.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Fighting Boo Buoys in this one. I know Florida Atlantic has been kind of disappointing this season. I'm actually surprised they got all the way to a 9 seed here. Everyone knows how FAU can be offensively, but and I think FAU has the better numbers looking at it. I just can't trust a team that just lost to Temple. I'm sorry. This is going to come down to offenses against mediocre defenses pretty much, but I think FAU is a little worse. They're very prone to get to having getting runs on them. They get out-rebounded on the defensive glass a lot. Most of all, they're just not a great three-pointing team or really a great three-pointing defending team. And in today's basketball, you have to shoot the 3 ball well. Obviously, Northwestern is that. They're 4th in 3-point in shooting. FAU's 155th in defending it. I know Northwestern is terrible at defending the 3, but FAU's not hitting them anyway. If Boo Buoy, Barnheiser, Lamberg are all on from 3, this game's going to be over quickly. I think they're going to trade 2s for 3s this whole game, so I will take Northwestern in the points.
Andy?
I will also be taking Northwestern. I think a lot of people are on FAU. I understand some people, maybe casuals, would probably be pointing at what they did last year. Tournament experience is important, as people are in the comments are saying. Northwestern also made the tournament last year. Obviously, they didn't go on the run that FAU went, but they have tournament experience. They have a lot of older guys on their team. Obviously, we saw it yesterday with a couple of different teams. Oregon's the one that I spot the most. If you've got one guy that can just get you a bucket at any moment, do whatever, go crazy, you're in a good spot, right? We saw that with Oregon. Boo Buie's going to be that guy, in my opinion. And I also think and I know Toast brought it up, Northwestern lost 2 of 3, but those losses were both to tournament teams, Wisconsin and Michigan State. They're losing to good teams. They're playing the Big Ten. While FAU this year, when they've been tripping up, they haven't been losing to good teams. Like, obviously the Temple one's not a good spot, but like they've tripped up against some bad teams this year as well. Northwestern's kind of been consistently beating the mediocre teams and losing to the really good teams. I don't think FAU is a really good team. I thought they were overseeded. So couple all that together, I think Northwestern covers this number. I took their money line too. I think they're going to win the game. I think it's a literal coin flip, though. I'm not surprised anybody's taking FAU.
Yeah, I'll put FAU up for me. But, I mean, when I recorded the video, it was 2.5. Then when we upload the video, then we edit the video, it's 3.5. Now it's 4. I mean, at what point is there just no value left? And I don't even know. Didn't even like FAU that strongly to begin with. So FAU or pass for me. We got 62%, 29% in favor of Florida Atlantic. So community definitely leaning towards FAU here. Next game. Baylor. What the heck happened to my screen? There we go.
Colgate Raiders.
Colgate Baylor. 14.5. Baylor minus 14.5. Pass. All right, Andy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on Baylor here. I don't love this. This is probably the least favorite game of the day in terms of betting. I think Baylor. Would I be surprised if they tripped up in this game? No, they've had a tendency this year of not showing up in certain games, right? But most of those games are against really good teams. In this case, it's Colgate who always gets here, never really does anything here. I think we said that during the bracket show. I'm just strictly going to go Baylor's way more talented, faster, can shoot the three. Obviously, they have to hit the threes. We saw that with BYU yesterday. If you're not hitting the threes, you're in a lot of trouble. You have to hit them. But I think strictly just being the more talented and quicker team will get them this one by a good margin. I do think the number is very high, that there's not a ton of value here.
All right, so Baylor minus 14.5. I mean, Toast, I don't know anything about Colgate, so I don't know how I'm going to bet this game. But Toast.
I laid it with Baylor at like 13.5. At this point, I mean, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Colgate's one of those teams that they just really haven't played anybody. 330 as far as strength of schedule. I understand they've won a whole bunch of games in a row, but you can go back through their NCAA tournament. Last year, they lost to Texas by 20. In 2022, they came in, they lost to Wisconsin by 7, which was decent. In 2021, they came out, they lost to Arkansas by another 21. So when they have been in this spot in the last few years, they haven't done well, especially against teams with firepower. I think Baylor can name their score. So if Baylor's engaged, and Baylor doesn't really bother me with BYU because Baylor can get buckets at the rim with some of their stars. They're not as super reliant on it as BYU is. So Baylor should absolutely roll here. So if they're, unless something crazy happens, but I don't see Baylor like Kentucky and stuff like that. So I think Baylor absolutely slaughters this team.
Someone in the comments says, Gab says, Colgate has a great creative writing program. All right. Scoop.
Yeah, Colgate had a really solid year and a really solid defensive year. I guess I'm going to go with the heavy public here in Baylor. The problem with Colgate is their schedule is strength of schedule is 301st and Baylor's 10th. Baylor's offense is 4th in three-point percentage. They're solid down low. They're 16th in effective field goal percentage. The problem has been their defense, like it has been all year, but Colgate really is a defensive team in the first place. They don't win their games offensively. They're disciplined. They don't foul a lot. They're a great defensive rebounding team, but most of their stats rank in the 200s or lower. They play slow like Baylor. The problem is they don't have any shooters. This same team had a 24-point lead on Syracuse in the season and lost from going cold in the second half. Baylor can come back instantly with Jacoby Walters shooting lights out usually. Even their big men like Bridges can shoot the three. Plus, though he's not a great player, Missy should take advantage down low. I just don't see Colgate staying in this very long. If anything, I would maybe go Colgate the first half, but I think Baylor just closes it out late, and I will lay the points here.
Damn, this is everyone's taking Baylor here. I mean, pie charts, poll, all three of you. So basically telling me that the sports books are going to clean up if Colgate covers this number.
Yeah. Oh, that's.
I'll put it up. I don't know if I actually bet that, but Colgate plus 14.5. Someone said there's a 15 in DraftKings. Yeah. Colgate plus 15. I'll be the only one in the world. Not going to bet it, though. 63%, 21% in favor of Baylor. Actually, you know what? Do I want to bet that? I might.
There are 15s right now.
Oh, the Dragons.
Just let it go, Sauce. Just let it go.
It's Dragons time. It's Dragons time. All right, so let's talk Dragons basketball. UAB, San Diego State. Let's run the poll. This is kind of a tough matchup for the Dragons. San Diego State protects the basket well, which is what the Dragons want to do. The Dragons are 17th in shot frequency at the rim in their last 10 games, meaning they attack the basket a lot. That's the strength of San Diego State's defense. It makes this challenging. Andrew?
Yeah, I've been on SDSU since I heard about this matchup. I think UAB maybe a little overseeded because of the way that everything went. And I think San Diego State, you talk about tournament pedigree. This team was playing in the national championship last year. If that's going to matter for FAU, it's got to matter for San Diego State, right? They made it a game further. I just think this matchup's really good for them. We talked about it in the video. Pretty much everything UAB wants to do, San Diego State's going to defend. They pretty much defend everything well anyway, so it really doesn't matter whatever you try to do on them. I think it'll be a lower scoring game, obviously, because these teams mostly defense for San Diego State. UAB obviously wants to score. They're not going to be able to stop you necessarily. So, yeah, I'm going to just take the matchup here for SDSU.
Ugh. Scoop.
Yeah, I'm with Andy. Talk about a popular upset. Everyone's on UAB. I can see why with UAB's offense. I'm not one of them. San Diego State is a way better team than UAB. Lydia is going to kill UAB's defense. I can see him getting close to 30. People watch UAB and just see the offense or just saw them beat South Florida and Temple, I guess. San Diego State has the 9th best defense in the country. Any advantages UAB has is shut down by this terrible defense. San Diego State did go to the championship last year. They have talent. They have experience. Didi Butler, Trammell, Parrish, they all have experience in this position. They were all in the finals last year. Lydia is the best scorer in the conference, but also Butler also won Defensive Player of the Year in their conference. He's going to lock down UAB's guards. UAB has a great offense, but San Diego State can match them offensively. They had a rough stretch at the end of the season, but those losses were by 4 and 2. They still won both tournament games before that New Mexico loss. Also, San Diego State's going to get a ton of second chances here. UAB is a really poor defensive rebounding team. I just see this kind of being a big mismatch. I don't see an upset at all here. I think San Diego State wins by 10 plus.
All right. So 2 on San Diego State. Toast, what about you?
Same thing. Pretty much everything that Scoop said. It's just really hard for me to find something to love about this UAB team. And really mentioned the fact that UAB doesn't force any turnovers. So, I mean, that's one thing that's going to be really positive for San Diego State. They're going to have a whole bunch of possessions. So, yeah, I just have a hard time believing UAB stays in this game with a whole bunch of experienced kids. So, I like San Diego State a lot.
I'm going to bring up a comment, and I think it's going to make you guys think. My internet cut out for 5 seconds there, but we're back, though. Okay, so
I have a rebuttal to this.
When was the last time San Diego State beat someone by 7? They can't score.
In their
Exactly.
They beat a tournament team by 17.
It wasn't a literal. It was
16. My bad.
Oh my God! It wasn't a literal question. It's saying
somebody said that though.
They're saying, how can you lay this many points with a team that can't score? listen,
86.
I don't want to.
They're going to score today on UAV.
I don't want to sit here and bore people and talk all day about Dragons basketball, but they're a live dog in this one. This number's way too big. There's a reason the number keeps dropping. It's at 7.5 down to 7. Now apparently there's 6.5s. This is the Dragons' game to lose, and this is a team that shows up to play, as we saw in the conference tournament. And I'm on the Dragons here.
The Dragons.
You can talk Dragons and Jackrabbits basketball.
Yeah, but I don't want to we got to keep the entertainment in mind. And I don't want to sit here and talk Dragons basketball all day.
Who are the Dragons?
Jackrabbits covered the first half for me. Shout out Jackrabbits.
Yeah, they fell a point.
That was a
short.
weird game.
They didn't cover the whole game though.
They fell a point and a half short of the whole game.
Were you on Tennessee, Scoop?
I was the only one.
Iowa State.
I was the only one on the show that had Tennessee. Hold on. I'm sorry. I just want to get my Dragons bet in.
I don't regret the Tennessee pick, the St. Peter's pick, by the way. I thought my reasoning was solid enough to understand.
Money line plus 6. Come on, Caesars.
Andy, I wouldn't even read the comments.
Somebody said Andy wants to talk St. Peter's basketball. I never want to talk about him again.
This is why I don't read the comments.
I got the plus the points and the money line. Dragons up.
Good or bad? They're non-existent.
So our poll is leaning towards the Dragons. Not overwhelmingly, though. It's 51% to 42%. So community slightly leaning towards the Dragons. Next up. Western Kentucky. Why are all my screens down? That's so weird. All right. Western Kentucky, Marquette. Toast, you down to take a shot with the Hilltoppers?
Yeah, I'd be down. I'm definitely not laying it with Marquette. That's for
sure. Is Kolek playing?
Yeah, he's playing. But not sure what that really means for Marquette anyway. It just sucks because I really was big on this Marquette team going into the year, and then this whole Kolek injury and situation kind of really throws it. So even without Kolek, this team was playing very good. I mean, losing to you. You can say all you want, but they lost to Creighton 3 times and UConn 3 times and Creighton once since January 5th, 10th. So this team's playing pretty damn good in the Big East that you guys tell me is so damn good. So I just feel like Western Kentucky can throw a lot of different things at you. They're actually really not even that bad defensively, and they're actually kind of hard to prepare for with the way that they play offense. So very, very fast possession length. This game's going to be up and down, so I wouldn't mind an over either, especially if these guys – I would look for that live. But, yeah, I would take Western Kentucky here. I think that they're definitely live. I think the offense to do it. Neither one of these teams value possession very much. I mean, it's like up and down. So unless Western Kentucky is just absolutely turning the ball over a lot, which they do a lot. They're one of the worst teams in the country doing that. But I feel like Kolek coming back might be just like a little bit of a distraction. Maybe it takes Marquette a little bit of time to get used to it, to really get moving. So I'll take the 14.5 with the Hilltoppers.
Andy?
I'm on Marquette. I think they're gonna crush them. I know a lot of people are. This is a very popular Western Kentucky team. Some people would say they're underseeded. I tend to agree. But this 14.5 is a weird line. I think people are looking at what Marquette was without Kolek, assuming he's even like 70%. I still think this team's going to run circles around them. Like you said, when we're looking at Marquette, they're only losing to really good teams, like top of the line teams.
Best
all
ever.
The teams in. Yeah, the greatest team of all time, obviously. And Creighton, 2 teams in my Final Four. That's the only team they're losing to. This one. So, I think they're gonna run circles around them. I don't really know. I think Western Kentucky got a bad draw here because they are much better than deserving to play Marquette. But I think this will be ugly.
That's a correct pick there, Andy. Marquette's the move. I do have Marquette losing, and I'm down to fade them, but not against Western Kentucky. No. Scoop.
Yeah, I'm on Marquette. Western Kentucky plays the fastest pace in the country. They're a fun team to watch for sure. And I know the issue for Marquette is health. I know Kolek's been out the last 6 games. Igadora didn't play the last 7 minutes because he hurt his knee in the final of that conference tournament. Stevie Mitchell is banged up. So is Chase Ross. For this reason, I can see why everyone would be on Western Kentucky. Health is a huge issue. It's a good thing they had that extra rest day and they're playing today. I love this Marquette team all season. When they're fully healthy, they're a force. You saw it throughout the season. They beat Illinois and Kansas out of conference. They had a bunch of solid Big East wins. Colic in the lineup means ball movement. He leads the league he leads the country in assists. He's a solid ball handler. Western Kentucky is one of the worst fouling teams in the nation. Marquette should get to the line a lot. They have a better team, and more importantly, Shaka's a better coach, and he's been here before a bunch. He knows what adjustments he has to make on his team. Both teams did a great job covering the spread all year, but I'm going to take Marquette here and go again with a public side.
Hey,
I don't even know if it's
Marquette
the
a good
public
free throw
side.
shooting team.
It doesn't matter. We're going to get 40
okay.
shots at the foul line.
Got it. All right.
I bet Marquette, but something to be said. Shaka has had a tendency to kind of underperform in this spot.
45% to 40% in favor of Western Kentucky. So Western
I'm betting this
Kentucky.
now. I wasn't going to bet this, but now I am.
Love Shaka though.
It's a wrong side, Toast.
Yeah.
Right,
Love
Marquette's-
Shaka in the NCAA tournament. Famous last words.
Stetson, UConn. Let's bring Andy up to talk about the best.
You know
team,
it, and I know it, Andy.
the best team of all time.
Yeah, this was the only one seed that I felt really comfortable about crushing their opponent for obvious reasons. But I think if we saw what Wagner and UConn was like, I mean UNC was like, I think it'll be similar. I wouldn't be surprised if UConn comes out slow, sleepwalks. I know Dan Hurley doesn't usually like that, but he does have a lot of guys on his roster that obviously were here last year. They know they're way better than Stetson. So if they sleepwalk early, wouldn't mind. Even if you want to take, I saw the first half, 15 is the line in the first half. If you want to shoot Stetson there, maybe. I think the second half is where Stetson gets totally crushed. So I'm taking UConn minus 26.5. I think it's 26 now. If you're going for Stetson, I would probably go their first half. I think this will get ugly, as I said in the second half. This is just UConn. They'll go through the motions early, but it'll get ugly. This is my national champion. So
This is my national champion. All right, Toast.
thanks.
All right.
Toast, are you
Flip
down?
a coin. Whatever graphic your thing is on, you can put up for mine. I could care less about this game. UConn should absolutely roll.
So Stetson.
I mean, perfect. I have no bet on this game. Have no reason to bet it.
Stetson for me. Everyone's just blindly like, oh yeah, UConn won't trip up. I don't know. Scoop,
no reason.
Stetson.
No, I'm definitely hammering UConn here. I am betting this game. UConn covering 5 of the 9 games when favored by 20 plus. Stetson is garbage. Gato Tasser is a huge guy for Stetson, if that's how you pronounce his name. At least they have size down low to match up with Klingon, but Klingon still has 3 inches on him. Stetson's 342nd in defensive efficiency. UConn will get points at will here. I can see them getting over 100 for sure. I actually like the team total for UConn more than over 85.5 out of every bet here, but I'm going to lay the points here. UConn covers easily.
So we're split. Well, actually, I'm the only one on Stetson. So said he didn't care. Someone said, I don't understand why people get scared because the line looks too good. If you did this every day for a living, you would understand. Trust me, because
if it's a fishy line, you don't. Really
a lot of times the line
yeah,
looks too good, you lose. 63%, 20% in favor of UConn.
Which line looks good?
He was talking about Gonzaga yesterday.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, that one did.
Oh yeah, that one hit.
Yeah.
But,
That would look
mean,
like a good line.
but normally, I mean, anyone who does this
Yeah.
would be like, when the line looks too good, a lot of times that's a loss. All right, New Mexico, Clemson.
oh, the pie chart isn't as bad as I thought it was.
I know. That's what I thought this
Galatasaray.
morning. This was getting a little crazy too. The way people are talking about it, like it's a foregone conclusion that every 11 seed.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. So I'm
Yeah.
like, the pie charts kind of changed that for me.
All right. Well,
Anytime I
what do
see
you
6
want? What do
unit,
you want,
10
Toast?
unit bombs.
Bet New
Huh?
Mexico then.
Ah,
Come on, you know you want to.
I
What a
don't.
stop.
That's what I'm saying. I just fucking hate Clemson so much that it just sucks.
You hate great basketball?
Um,
You hate elite rim protection?
obviously, you guys can tell how confident I am, but I'll take New Mexico just because of their guard play. But yeah, I see so many people betting New Mexico with 5, 10 unit hammer lock, blah, blah, blah. I just cannot.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh my God, I hate it so fucking much. There's nothing that gets me worse than people who don't understand how to use units. Like, oh, 5 units here, 3 units here, just 2 units on this one. But yeah, I'll take New Mexico. I don't really have a good opinion on this game.
He's like, nah.
I'm
nah.
Blah blah blah.
God, it's
That
so
was awesome.
irritating.
That was awesome.
Scoop.
Yeah, I like this New Mexico team. If you watch the bracket the other night. I have them advancing to the Elite Eight. The first step's beating Clemson. I know Clemson's solid down low, but New Mexico has a really solid defense. They're great at the rim, like you've seen in the conference tournament. Really, they've been great all season. They shut down the player of the year in the Mountain West twice in LaD. New Mexico's better at protecting the ball. They're better at rebounding. They're gonna run at a really quick pace. If Clemson gets down, they're gonna shoot the three ball. But New Mexico's 23rd in defending the 3-point shot. They're 23-11 against the spread all year. You can't fade a Patino in March. Come on, what do you know that? You know that. Clemson lost 3 of their last 4. New Mexico's coming in hot off their tournament win. Love the matchups everywhere. If they shut down PJ Hall, this game I don't even think it's going to be close. I like them advance here and probably the next 2 rounds.
Andrew?
Clemson. Clemson. I think this is I thought it was getting out of hand. Where I've been seeing the tweets that Toad's been seeing.
Thank you, Andy.
It's never a foregone conclusion. Maybe yesterday was a little bit of an example. Oregon was we all had a feeling Oregon was going to beat South Carolina, but South Carolina overachieved like hell. I think we think the opposite of Clemson. They kind of coasted at the end of the year, and we're waiting for this moment. I don't really think there's a coaching advantage in this one. I don't think Richard Pitino's that much better than the Clemson coach. They're not. Neither one of them are really here often. I will give New Mexico credit. They're one of the rare teams that I see runs a super fast pace and never turns the ball over. That's impressive. But Clemson they're really good defensively. Their offense is good enough to win this game. I think everyone's going crazy because it's happening in every other region that this 11 seed is going to beat the 6. I do think people think New Mexico is underseeded, but I just think people are getting over crazy like this. If Clemson wins, I'm not surprised. If New Mexico wins, I'm not surprised, but I'm going away from everybody else.
That graphic's supposed to say Clemson
plus. It's supposed to say +2.5.
So first of all, I love the under here.
Andy's wrong.
Really?
Blah, blah, blah.
And actually, you know what? Can I show you guys a graphic real quick? I'm going to show you guys a graphic real quick.
I was looking at the under, but both teams are top 10 percentile in fouls, and I just worry about the end and they piling up.
Yeah. That's a cool story, but let me show you guys something. Okay, so here's the Clemson spreadsheet, New Mexico Clemson spreadsheet here. Let's go down to the last 10 games. Look where New Mexico's trying to shoot on the interior. You're playing it to the strength of Clemson's defense. Protecting the basket is what Clemson does best, which means they're going to force New Mexico to beat them via jump shots. Here are New Mexico's jump shooting numbers. I don't know if you can see the screen or not. They're not great. So Clemson's defense, great matchup for New Mexico. But like I think it was Scoop said, New Mexico plays good defense against the 3-point shot, which is primarily what Clemson wants to do. So I like the matchup for both defenses. I bet the under. I didn't bet Clemson, but I'd be down to take Clemson because that's the side I like as well. But yeah, I like the under. I got it 152.
Yeah, just really quickly, 2-point spread should be a close game. Clemson number 8 in the country in free throw percentage. New Mexico 197.
Yeah, the Lobo graphic is messed up. So 55%, 54%, 38% on New Mexico.
Blah, blah, blah.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Yale Auburn. Pretty sure I know Andy has Auburn in this one. Apparently, there's a lot of people taking Yale.
Jesus. Yeah, it's become a little popular as of late. I don't get it. I said this. I think Auburn is the perfect mix. They're perfectly balanced. They've been they just won the SEC.
What does that mean? The perfect mix?
They play great offense and they're pretty good on defense. I won't call them a great defensive team, but they're pretty good on defense.
Perfect
they're
mix.
Balanced enough. Yeah, they're perfect mix of a team that could go on a run. And I know Toast has them. I think you have them too in your Final Fours. They are the perfect mix of a really great team. Yale probably shouldn't even be here. They won on a buzzer beater against Brown. Great run by Brown, but I think everybody assumed Princeton would be in this spot. Auburn's underseeded as could be. They're the SEC champion and they're a 4 seed. That's crazy.
It's a dog shit conference.
I completely disagree. Crazy that they're underseeded here, and then the line kind of I won't say it's disrespectful because 12.5 points is still a pretty good number, but I think they're going to win by 16, 17. So Auburn. This is probably
you
my
gave us
favorite
speeds
of
as
the
if
day.
you think you were expecting a rout, and then you said I think they're going to win by 16. So you think they're going to
17 is
barely
still a
cover?
rout. That's not barely cover. That's a whole possession.
Don't
you do that.
Two possessions.
Don't you do that. Don't you do that. No. Fine, you know what?
This
I think they're gonna win by
number's
50.
disrespectful. Auburn's on another level. They're going to win by
Well,
16.
They are. I'm not going to completely disrespect.
No, we gotta
We've
lift
seen
each-
Ivy League teams.
Kyle, we got to lift each other
Play
up,
well
man. We
before.
can't put each other down.
Crazy.
Toast, you're up to follow that.
Yeah, I do. Good thing I'm a professional. But no, I just here's the reason that I like Yale. I didn't bet them. I'm not going to bet them because of the pie charts, but I can see what people are seeing. Yale doesn't turn. Auburn is really good when they turn people over. Yale doesn't turn people over. Auburn likes to play fast and speed teams up. Yale is going to play this game as an absolute crawl. Auburn likes to rebound the ball and usually has an advantage. They're probably not going to have that advantage here today with Yale. So that being said, Auburn's talent level absolutely outmatches them. So now that I see those pie charts, I'll probably be sprinkling Auburn just a little bit. I have Auburn as the national champion. Not to mention the fact Yale can't shoot free throws to save their life. So any fouling issues that Auburn might have, it won't really matter because Yale shoots bricks at the line anyway. So judging by those pie charts, I'll be on Auburn for sure.
Yeah, I'm on Auburn too. This reminds me a little bit of the the Illinois Morehead State matchup yesterday, in a sense where Auburn's just a very heavily hyped team entering the tournament. They finished out the season hot and did well in the SEC tournament. So kind of reminds me of that matchup. And the reason I brought that up is, if you remember, in the beginning of that Illinois Morehead State game, Morehead State was splashing and making that game interesting. In fact, I think they might have had the lead at half, or right before half. They were winning the game, and still the better team prevailed. I mean, eventually Illinois showed up, and it was very clear they were the much better team. So that's why I actually think I might lay the 13 here. And I mean, when I say I might, I mean like actually bet it, because of what we saw in Illinois. Even if we got off to a bad start, they still ended up getting the cover. So yeah, I'm on Auburn here, and I think I'm considering betting this one. Scoop.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it a sweep here. We did win the Oregon sweep last.
Our sweeps did well. They did 3-1, I think.
I wanted to pick Yale, but Auburn's hard to bet against right now. Yale's gonna play at a really slow pace. Their defense kept them in the Ivy League all year. They also had the number 2 scoring defense, number 1 effective field goal defense. That's nice and all in the Ivy League, but these kids have to go back to New Haven. They got midterms for political science on Monday. They're a solid defense. Auburn's number 1 in defensive field goal percentage in the country, though. They can defend the perimeter. They can defend the rim. If Yale was a tougher team with the ball, I'd think about the points, but they're not really going to get to the line. They're not going to crash the board. That's not their style of game. Yale already lost to the Zags by 15, Kansas by 15. I don't think Auburn wins 16 to 17 range. I think the line should be in the 16 to 17 range, but I think Broome and Williams just takes over this game. Broome's going to clean up the boards over Wolf. They're just a more physical team and a better all-around team, so I'm going to pick them right here.
That was so funny. He's like,
If I said that's what I meant, Scoop, he would have laughed.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
I figured.
Like, this line is disrespectful. Auburn's not even in the same league. This is crazy. Auburn's going to win this by 16.
I literally said I can't say this line is disrespectful because 12.5 is still a pretty solid
No, I don't think
number.
that's what you said.
Said that. That was a quote. That's what I said. Don't you do
think
that. Don't
so.
do that.
68%, 23% in favor of Auburn. So we are an Auburn Tigers program. Next.
He didn't sing Welcome to the Jungle. I'm a little upset. I was waiting.
I know. Now I don't know about my bet.
I know they're not playing in the jungle, but still.
The last thing I need at 11 a.m. is Toast singing in my headphones. It's Colorado, Florida.
You're not going to get that today.
Colorado +2.
This one's got a little crazy too.
Florida -2.
I'm not even betting it. There's no chance in hell.
I've tried to bet on every game today, but I don't think I'll be betting on this.
Hell no.
Yeah, I
I'll
can't.
give you some advice if
Crazy.
you need it.
Wait,
Good of a game
wait,
is
hold
the
on.
same
What do
thing.
you guys mean? Crazy in what way?
Look at the pie charts, dude. Everyone's betting Colorado.
I'm not.
Oh,
I'm in
yeah.
Florida.
Yeah, me
There's
too.
no love for Florida.
I'm in Florida.
I
I'm
got
in
Florida in the Sweet 16, man.
Good luck with that.
Gators. Go
Gators.
ahead, Scoop.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Florida, even though they're so frustrating to watch offensively right now. I don't know. I feel like this is going to be the same thing. Offensive rebounding, being more physical. I know Lampkin Jr. is going to have some size now that Micah broke his leg. But Florida still has Tyrese Samuel and Condon. They both can crash the boards. They're both better scorers. Obviously, this bench has to step it up here like Haw, but I feel like Florida's going to keep pace all game and try to score quickly on a pretty good Colorado defense. Overall, these teams have some advantages and disadvantages that just cancel each other out. Both teams don't really take the ball away. Florida gets to the line a lot. Colorado doesn't send teams to the line. They both really have the same kind of offensive power. I know Colorado's been rolling, and I know Deion Sanders is going to have this team ready. But Florida has wins over Alabama, Kentucky, Auburn. So I feel like Florida had tougher competition all throughout the year. I know everyone's picking Colorado. I'm taking Florida. I just love their physicality down low, and I think they're going to get a bunch of second chances here.
We're actually polling towards Florida. Andy?
I'm gonna push back on something. I think Colorado's gonna win the game, but everyone's saying they're going to have this significant size advantage. Let's get something straight about Micah Handlogan, all right? Very tall, 7'2", soft as a tissue. All right, he's easy to push around. Everyone in the SEC, and the SEC doesn't have very strong front courts, and they were.
We get it. You hate Florida, bro.
Except the Cox.
No. I think Florida can win this game with their size. Tyrese Samuel, still a very big guy. Condon, still a very big guy. They still have a lot of size. Is his name out? Yeah, the Charlie Condon's a baseball.
Good old Charlie Conway. Mighty Ducks.
They still have a lot of size on their team. Like, I like Handlogan, but all he really was a tall guy. He was getting pushed around.
Soft as a tissue, you said.
That's soft as a tissue. I said it when they played Tennessee. He's getting pushed around all year in the SEC. So yeah, Lampkin was probably still going to push him around too. Colorado's going to be able to do pretty much whatever they want around that. I think the size is still not a problem for Florida. They're still very big.
This is a bad
but
pick,
I'm on Colorado.
Andy. I'm betting this. I'm betting this.
All right. I will say this. I was hoping it was Boise State. I think Colorado is still going to be fine in this spot as well. But I want to push back on everybody that's saying the injury is such a big deal. It's really not that big of a deal for Florida. They have a lot of depth with size. Todd Golden did a great job recruiting pretty much every big man, every style of big man you wanted. And the one he lost was just the tall guy, not the guy that was pushing people around.
He just lost.
Go look at Tyrese Samuel.
He was like,
the guy is like
face.
a brick
like,
wall.
I agree with
soft
you.
as a tissue.
He is.
For those that don't know, Andy's a diehard
I'm
Georgia
you're
fan.
fading another SEC team, by the way.
I watched people in the SEC all year push Micah Handlogan. I mean, beyond the way he got hurt, he was getting pushed around by guys in the SEC. Like,
I'm in.
It happened all year.
Size doesn't matter, Andy.
I'm on the Gators. I don't think I've ever seen a team look great in the conference tournament like Florida did and then just get so disrespected. Everyone's just writing Florida off. What the hell happened? One injury.
They looked great in one game. Let's be fair.
What are you talking about? They look great in that tournament.
They crushed Alabama, but they got
who'd they beat before that?
They beat
Us,
Georgia
and it wasn't
barely.
cute. It wasn't
barely
pretty.
beat Georgia by 5.
That Georgia was a good
No,
game for Florida.
All right, Toast, go ahead. Pick Colorado then. This is a classic.
I'm not betting
No,
it,
no,
but
no,
yeah,
no.
I would pick Colorado for me. If there's one thing that I worry about with Colorado is them turning the basketball over. Florida defensively, 319 in turnovers forced. Colorado with all those guys with Lampkin, De Silva, Simpson. I just think the talent's there. I mean, regardless of take the big man or not, Colorado's 11th in height in the country. So there's no way in hell I'm taking Todd Golden in the NCAA tournament in his first game. So I'll take Tad Boyle. It's not going to do it.
Someone's saying Florida.
Sorry, guys.
Someone's
They're
saying
not. I just checked.
Yeah, I just bet it. Florida was. I got Florida money line at -120. I just bet it as we were talking.
I will bet Florida.
I forgot about the significant coaching advantage for
56%. So our polls on Florida, 56%. See, this is a classic case. Toast is blinded when it comes to West Coast basketball. He doesn't realize that it's an inferior version of the game where
I'm also been dog shit all year. So
Good point. Fair point.
55%, 37% in favor of Florida. All right. Next up.
The first half unders not hitting was just a cement that I knew I was never going to have a good year.
Florida is +1 now on DraftKings.
I just got it at -120, of course.
It's not because of my bias against Florida. I picked Florida when they played Georgia. I don't care about these teams. I'm picking who I'm analyzing the game. Like,
I've never heard you call somebody soft as a tissue before. You insulted the kid.
Respectfully, he is.
You insulted the kid.
We actually did this. We watched a game together, and you called him soft.
I did?
Yeah, with the Tennessee.
Florida's -108 right now.
So I just paid an extra 12 cents. I could have just waited 10 seconds. All right. So Texas A&M, Nebraska, clear cut. I have them in the Final Four. Toast. Deadass, I do. Deadass,
I know you do, but that's why I was
do.
laughing. I'm not laughing at that. It's just like they're in the Final Four.
We'll see who's laughing next weekend.
Yeah, we will. I'm taking Nebraska as well. They're not beating Houston.
Hey, that's a great pick.
I'm taking Nebraska as well. I do truly think that they are playing on a different level right now, and Texas A&M offensively is absolutely terrible. Obviously, they're very good defensively, but I just think that Nebraska, honestly, this sounds super corny, but I like the story of Tominaga. I like all that stuff going. There's just something that feels right about that to me. So, yeah, I'm just going to go with my heart here and take the Cornhuskers and see how that works for me.
Gotta have heart. Miles and miles of heart.
Miles and miles. Nebraska alt line -9.5 here. Comfortable cruise control win. No, all seriousness. If Nebraska's threes aren't falling, this is going to be a close one. So if Nebraska's outside shots aren't falling, they may be in trouble. But I still think they could win without them because I like the way their defense matches up with Texas A&M. But if Nebraska's threes are falling, I think this is a comfortable win. But it's obviously when you're relying on 3-point shots, it's a make or miss league, as Andy likes to say.
Can I say one thing really quick?
Oh my God.
I was just going to say, regardless of that, the Texas A&M, I don't want to hear anything about them playing well either. They beat Georgia, Mississippi State, and Kentucky. Kentucky just lost in the first round. So I don't want to hear about Texas A&M playing well.
Who had Oakland, by the way?
He doesn't want to hear it, guys. He does not want to hear it.
Scoop, what was your record on the show? I didn't see you post it
Oh
anywhere.
my God.
I said it once and then 3 times on the show.
So anyway,
You better.
But to finish my thought, the reason I'm completely comfortable betting Nebraska here is even if the shots aren't falling, I still think they have a chance. So it's not completely relying on the shot. I like the matchup for the defense as well. Scoop.
That's another thing.
Yeah, I had a whole thing written about why I'm taking Texas A&M, and just fuck it, I'm taking Nebraska.
Good pick.
I know A&M's just really physical on the boards. Obviously, they're number 1 in offensive rebounding, and I think the only problem Nebraska would have is that they're not a good rebounding team on the defensive side of the ball, so A&M's going to get a bunch of second chances. But they're really just a really poor shooting team. They're really bad. I know Toast said, and they really haven't played anyone. Nebraska has a pretty good defense. They don't really create a ton of turnovers. They don't press, but everyone's on A&M. If Nebraska gets hot with Williams and the Japanese Glenn Rice, I don't think A&M will have enough offensively here to win. They might have a couple more possessions and more shots, but I'm going to take Nebraska here.
Can I say one thing really quickly, too, about the Nebraska defense? Since February 1st, number 2 in Bartovic overall defensive efficiency.
Yeah, no, they've been playing great defense. Andy?
Yeah, no, Texas A&M's playing really well right now, as Toast didn't want somebody to say.
I don't want to hear it.
No, he's right. They're
that's all I hear, and they're playing dog shit teams.
He's right. They are playing pretty bad teams. To be fair, I don't know if Kentucky is necessarily a bad, but they're a bad defense, right? So the only reason they scored 80 in that game is because they're playing Kentucky's defense. I don't expect that to happen again. But I'm on Texas A&M.
Wait, what?
Scoop said, yeah, I said this the other day. Scoop said
this is a bad pick.
Yeah, okay. So was Michigan State, right? Scoop.
I didn't say that was a bad pick.
So was Virginia.
All right, don't do that. Scoop, don't you do that.
Don't do that.
Scoop said that Nebraska's bad rebounding on the offensive side, pretty shit rebound on the other side too. Texas A&M can out-rebound pretty much everybody they play. They were doing it against Florida, and Florida's a really good team rebounding the ball. So they're going to out-rebound in this game, get a lot of extra opportunities. I'm a little nervous about the offense. Don't get me wrong. Nebraska's playing good defense, but they could turn it into transition buckets with the rebounding, extra opportunities. I just think this is I think this is a really, if you want to talk about a coin toss game, this one could be one of them, but I just think the rebounding is going to be very detrimental to Nebraska. So give me Texas A&M.
Andy, are you wearing a Washington State quarter zip?
We're not there yet. It's Charleston.
That's Charleston.
We're getting there. It's the next game, actually.
Is it? So community agrees with us on Nebraska, 58%, 35%. So yeah, look, we're a Husker program with the exception of Andy. Next up, Vermont Duke. All right, Toast. Are you gonna lay it? Are you gonna lay here?
I mean, sure. I'm not betting with the public side, that's for sure. With Vermont, I'm really not going to be able to get there with them. So yeah, I guess I'll lay it for Duke for the show. I have no bet on this game in any way, shape, or form. To be dead honest with you, yeah, that's just me. It's a pass for me. I don't even want to deal with it. I'm sorry. So I have no lean either way whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have interest in this one either, to be honest. Andy?
Yeah, same thing. They outweigh them in every position. Vermont's always a popular pick in this tournament, but if you can tell me the last time they won a game, I mean, I think last year they played Marquette relatively tough. Still might not have covered in that game. I don't remember exactly, but they're always here and they're never really good here. So I will take Duke. And if you think Duke's season's ending on 3 straight losses, I think you're crazy. So Duke.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't bet it, but Duke. Scoop.
This is one of my top bets, actually. I'm going to lay it with Duke. Vermont isn't the same Catamounts team. That's a trendy upset team. Well, apparently they are. They're publicly, but they're a worse team than this year than most Vermont teams. They still won the Vermont Invitational like always. They didn't cover. Vermont has a decent out-of-conference schedule. They played Merrimack, St. Louis to wins. And they lost to Bradley and Liberty. They haven't been tested by a team like Duke. We know what Duke is. They're an inside-out team. They can shoot it from anywhere. They're solid in the paint with Phil Pawski. They're a little better from 3. I don't think anyone on the perimeter would be able to stop McCain or Roach. I get Vermont only lost by 10 once this season. But again, the talent is different than what they're seeing. I know Duke hasn't looked great down the stretch, but this team's experienced. They play way tougher teams than this all year. Vermont's is always America's darling until they get rocked in the first round again. So Duke's going to win by 20.
System Plays says Catamounts outright. This is the same guy who told us Drake was a lock yesterday and then had a mental breakdown in the Discord when Drake lost. That's the same System Plays.
Vermont did not cover last year.
So we're all on Duke here. 63%, 21% in favor of Duke.
I'd say Vermont didn't cover last game.
No, last year they were a 2 seed.
Oh, wow.
They were a 15 seed. They were 10-point underdogs to a 2
That's
seed.
crazy.
And they lost by 17.
Next up, let's talk some Grambling State ball.
Why are they red?
Another just a scorcher of a game.
3-1
very
seed
happy with
play
these.
today. That's why there's a few.
I know, that's why it just sucks.
Yeah.
It's not even nearly the day it was.
Purdue minus 20.
I hit with my 1 seed yesterday, North Carolina.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was
Value, man.
All right, is there value here?
Give up a whole bunch of clap emojis for Scoop in the comments. For his...
Yo, dude, you put down these games. They're fucking winners. What do you want?
They're winners.
Oh, okay. Nice losing record yesterday, buddy.
I had a winning record.
I
Buddy.
I had a losing record. I was 7-8-1. Thanks, guys.
I was 8-7-1. That's above 500. Scoop, go ahead.
No, I don't even want to anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. These 3 huge spreads continues with this one. 3 number 1 seeds today. Like Toe said, I actually agree with him. It kind of sucks, but obviously we saw what happened with Purdue against a 16, but not this time. Purdue's a better team than last year, and Edie's a better player than last year. I think this one's going to go the way of like North Carolina. Maybe close early. Purdue will pull this out late. Same thing I said with Wagner. They're second worst in Ken Pom, 260th. Next closest is Stetson at 220. I guess we still have to. I know we already talked Stetson, right? I know Grambling played a hard out of conference schedule, but they lost 32 to Colorado, 55 to Iowa State, Dayton by 30, 39 to Florida, and they only beat Bible Studies by 12. So this team's outmatched. Grambling has a bunch of smaller players on his team. Purdue's going to have something to prove, I feel, from last year. They're going to get to the line a ton. There's going to be no upset this year. Another one of my favorite bets is this game, so I will take Purdue.
This is actually my favorite bet of the day. Let me put it up on the screen. So I'm taking Purdue on the money line here. Look, they're the stronger team, and
good luck, bro.
No, I'll put Purdue up. I'm not betting this. I was gonna try to seriously give as if I was taking the Purdue money line, but yeah, I'll Purdue. I have Purdue winning the championship, but I mean, am I trying to bet them laying a truckload of points against Grambling?
I'll cover your bet.
I don't fucking know. I'm not betting this game. Andy.
Grambling has one player above 6'7".
For real?
13% of their offensive possessions. He's 6'11". Plays 13% of their possessions. So they're going to get out rebounded. That's
bold
my bet
call. So Grambling.
I'm gonna go bold call. I'm gonna go. Grambling's not going to have nearly as many rebounds as Purdue today. I think Purdue's gonna win this game by a lot. I said it for Arizona yesterday. The demons of last year will creep up on them. They're not going to let this one get close early. This will be, if it starts 10-0, I wouldn't be surprised. I think this will be very ugly very quickly. They can't let it be close. So.
Toast.
I will say Grambling, all-time name team. A lot of good names on this team.
What does that even mean?
Some good names. He's right.
Oh, I thought you meant they had players,
Quintavious,
NBA players' sons or something.
Yeah, lots of good ones. It's Duke or Pass Purdue or Pass.
Oh, it's Duke or Pass?
It's Purdue or Pass.
Try to follow along with the show. We're
Duke
not
or
on that.
Pass.
Duke,
it's all
Purdue,
the number one seeds or Pass. I can just hear everybody. I've seen it a lot too already. How can we trust Purdue to lay 27 points? They always blow.
Close with the voices today is the best.
You know what I mean? You just hear the same stuff over and over.
Wait, hold on. Who are you referring to with that voice? Is there someone in mind?
I can't on say TV.
How can we trust?
How can we trust?
If it was somebody like us, I would say it, but I can't do it. But yeah, so Purdue or Pass for me.
How can we trust?
All right, so for our community is leaning towards Purdue. A lot of people did put Pass on this one. All right, next game.
Oh yeah.
All right, this is I can't wait for this one.
I'm excited for this game as well.
Yeah. Look, Andy's about to spew a bunch of bullshit here. So before he starts talking, just know, don't listen to this shit. I like Alabama, and I'm betting it right now. Andy is wearing a Charleston shirt.
Yep.
He's literally wearing the shirt. So go ahead.
He paid the extra for the quarter zip.
And then he's going to try to tell you that his pick is not based out of bias of his hatred for Alabama.
This isn't actually out of bias or hatred for Alabama. I just think Charleston will keep it close. No, I don't hate Alabama basketball as much as their football, but I think Alabama. I'm not surprised people are going to be taking Alabama. This isn't necessarily a game that I see the upset definitely happening. I'm taking Charleston, frankly, just because I know they can shoot the three. And if they get hot, they can beat anybody. That's how this works in March Madness. But I can understand why people say it's a mismatch. Bama's much quicker, bigger in every so. Yeah, I'm not surprised people are taking Alabama. I'm sure the three of them will have Alabama. I'm going Charleston, but I don't really have a rhyme or reason by it. Don't tell me. I'm just going Charleston.
Roll Tide. I mean, just the matchup alone. Alabama's going to be able to get whatever they want at the basket the entire game. I mean, Alabama's got the advantage as far as at the basket, their offense versus Charleston's defense, and that's without the strength of schedule considered. So even if these teams played similarly schedules, even if Charleston played in the SEC and had those numbers, it would still be a mismatch. And then you factor in the teams that Charleston's playing in comparison to the teams that Alabama's playing. Alabama should shoot over 60% from the floor in this game. Seriously, they really should.
I look forward to that.
So I don't see many stops in the future of Charleston here. I don't think Alabama even needs to take jump shots. Just attack the basket. Is Alabama's defense suspect? Of course they are, but we'll see. I don't think they can keep up. Alabama coming off an ugly performance in the SEC tournament. They bounce back with a blowout here. Toast.
I will be on Charleston plus the 9.5.
What?
First and foremost, Alabama.
I'm high.
Well, yeah, I'm high every day I'm on the show. Second thing, Alabama's not even playing really good basketball right now. Has them makes them almost dead last in momentum. I mean, they've lost to Kentucky, they beat Ole Miss, lose Tennessee, lose to Florida, they beat Arkansas, then they lose to Florida. Absolutely got slaughtered by Florida in the SEC championship, and now all of a sudden they're just going to turn it on against this Charleston team that. I mean, they've got shooters too. I mean, it's not like Alabama is some crazy good defensive team. So I think that Charleston can stay in this game. I think that Rain Smith is going to be dropping 3 balls on all these guys. So,
I didn't think about Rain Smith.
I know you didn't. That's why I wanted to bring him up because he's a drop dead shooter, baby. So yeah, I'll take the Charleston plus 9.5, and I actually kind of like it. And I lean under too. That number's way too big.
And he actually kind of likes it. He said, "Scoop."
Yeah, by the way, in case everyone's upset about us yelling at each other, we all like each other. We're just joking around. So
I've never liked Scoop.
I don't.
And we all work together at least, so that's something. And I love you, Toast. I'm taking Charleston here as well. When's the last time you saw Alabama stop anybody on defense? When's
the last time they played a team caliber of Charleston?
Florida. This is another popular bet.
Florida would be a 10-point favorite over Charleston.
The public has faded Alabama multiple times lately and have hit. This is going to be a high-scoring game. Neither team plays exceptionally great defense. Both teams run the floor. Out of all the first-round games, this may be the biggest offensive games, which absolutely no defense being played. What is it, 173? Jesus. The biggest factor I can see this game is Charleston's ability to crash the boards. Alabama is a terrible defensive rebounding team. Charleston, throughout the whole season, has gotten second chances, and with an offense like that, it's going to be important. I know Charleston doesn't get to the line a lot, but with how much Alabama's been fouling, they may hear, because Alabama is like 340th in putting people in the line. Even so, as great as Alabama's been offensively, they've gotten a bit worse as the season winded down. I know the whole team's not winning a tournament game. They're pissed off, blah, blah, blah. They're the better team, etc., blah, 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 like Toast says. But, yeah, Alabama looks like shit down the stretch. I don't want to lay points with them to anybody right now, so I'm going to take Charleston.
All right, I guess I'm on an island here, but the community agrees with me that Alabama's the pick. But all you guys take at Charleston. Andy even rocking a Charleston quarter zip is fucking crazy to me.
I'm a Charleston guy.
Someone said, Kyle, don't let them talk you off Bama. Oh, trust me. No, I like
He will definitely
You
bet more money.
won't be talking.
He's going to bet more money now on Bama.
Oh, yeah. I'll put a full
doubled his
unit
bet.
on it. And Alabama, at the
He
end of
did
this show, when we do top bets, Alabama's going to be in my top 3.
And just Charleston played in the NCAA tournament last year. They lost to 6 by San Diego State. So just so you guys know.
That San Diego State team, where'd they wind up?
I know, weird, right? Pretty good.
Yeah, I think they played.
Didn't they go there beating everybody by 4? Longwood plus 24. Houston.
Oh, another scorcher here. Yeah,
It would.
kick off the night slate.
All right, Toast. Any reason to take the 24 points with Longwood?
No, I laid 22 with Houston. 24 is getting up there. I just think that Houston is absolutely pissed off. They just got embarrassed. Longwood team total under 50.5 or whatever it is too as well. I truly believe that Houston is going to absolutely be up in these guys' grill all night. They're not going to have any room to work with. I truly think that Houston can win this game by 30.
Scoop.
Yeah, Longwood's plus 2,500 on the money line if anyone wants to grab it.
I'm good.
Houston's 5-3 against the spread is 24.5-point favorites or more. It is really hard to handicap a 20-point dog in these games, but yeah, I'm not going to lay the wood. Longwood is a great offensive rebounding team like Charleston, so when they miss every possession, maybe they'll get a few second chances. Also, Houston's prone to fouling, so Longwood may get some free baskets as long as they hit their free throws. Just hoping they have enough possessions where they hold on to the ball. Yeah, with Houston's slow pace, maybe Longwood stays in it. I feel more confident in this I would feel more confident in this in the UConn game, but I don't know. Plus, maybe with Houston rest their starters late, Longwood could always have a backdoor cover, so I will take Longwood just because of how slow this game is going to be.
I mean, if this is like 28.5, maybe, but 23.5 is not that bad. Andy?
Yeah, we've seen teams sleep into 23-point or 24-point wins. So yeah, I think Houston's gonna crush them. I think Toast put it perfectly. This team's angry. They got on national television, very, very watched game. They got completely embarrassed by a team in Iowa State they thought was much inferior to them. So yeah, they're angry going into this one. Their offense usually wouldn't. I wouldn't even say Houston's usually a team that can cover this number because their offense isn't that strong. It's good, but it's not like this. But they're just pissed off, and they're gonna. I would be surprised if Longwood scored 50 in this game.
UCapper's here. Oh, by the way, Ronald likes the UCapper. He likes the under in this game, Toast. He said,
Oh, I can see that. I like the Longwood team total under.
Longwood team total under, yeah. All right, so
A lot.
a lot. So three of us on Houston. I'm not betting this though.
There's also a really, really good trend for teams that lost by like 20 or more going from their conference tournament into the first round of the NCAA tournament. I just can't find it, but it's at like 70% or something.
Wouldn't that be Alabama?
I think they would fall into that too, yeah.
Interesting. All right. James Madison, Wisconsin.
Now I gotta look. No, Alabama would not. Oh,
Why?
yes, they would. It's 22. Yeah, you're right.
All right. James Madison, Wisconsin. I typed in James, Wisconsin. Okay. James Madison. Plus 5.5. Wisconsin minus 5.5. Pass. All right. Toast, I put you up first for this one. I think this is an interesting game, and I want to bet it. I have no clue. This one and the next one, I really don't know what to do here. I said James Madison or pass. I took James Madison in my bracket, so I guess I'll put James Madison up for me. But I spoke to somebody yesterday that really liked Wisconsin as like one of their favorite bets of the weekend.
Yeah, I'd like to know why. I don't see it. I'm not betting James Madison. No, I'm not even talking shit. I'm just saying,
I didn't even say who it was, so it wouldn't even be.
I know, that's why, yeah. But just because I really, really like James Madison, I'm not betting it now because of the pie charts and how public it is. But this James Madison offense has been playing really well. The Wisconsin, first of all, I don't trust Wisconsin as far as I can throw them. Second of all, they're really bad defensively. They don't. James Madison doesn't turn the ball over. They're a really good three-point shooting team. They're a really good inside team. The only thing that James Madison doesn't do is shoot free throws. I really like the matchup for James Madison. They're bigger. They have more experience. Everything's going in their way. I just don't trust Wisconsin in any way, shape, or form. It just seems like everybody in the world is on James Madison, and it just really scares the hell out of me. So it's James Madison or pass. I'm not betting it because it's so public, though.
That wasn't really convincing enough for me to bet it. Let's see what Scoop's on.
I'm all over James Madison. I don't care how public it is. All the money's on James Madison. This line opened at 5.5. It stayed at 5.5. So, yeah, the books aren't scared. So, still don't care. I will preach the Wisconsin is overrated train all the way to the finals, like I did in the Big Ten tournament. So I may be on here 6 times in a row saying Wisconsin sucks, but Wisconsin sucks. Wisconsin's streaky. I watched this garbage team all year. James Madison has played next to nobody all year. I get it, but I like the pace they're going to run against Wisconsin. I think they'll struggle in transition. Wisconsin struggles on the perimeter on defense. James Madison will launch threes with Friedel and Edwards. But they're also a really solid defense, especially on the perimeter. They're actually second in 3-point defensive percentage in the country. This Wisconsin team can be beat defensively. They've been beat defensively all year. They just came alive in a tournament and rattled off some wins. So I like James Madison here. I like James Madison money line. I like James Madison alt spread at 5.5. So I will take them for sure.
System Plays says Wisconsin -5 is his lock of the day.
He likes to be the contrarian.
Pretty good call.
He literally goes on VSiN and picks the 4 that have the least amount of money and calls them locks.
Oh, is that what did he tell you that?
Seems like that.
I mean, it's a very obvious system.
I'm gonna be on Wisconsin.
It's a system play. So
I'm gonna be on Wisconsin here. That team that Scoop just called trash beat Purdue about a week ago. Then they were 10 good minutes away from winning the best, one of the better conferences in college basketball. So, and a really hot Illinois team, they dominated them for 30 minutes. Yes, they fell apart at the end. I know. Don't have to comment it. I was watching. I had Wisconsin in that game. But they played well in the Big Ten tournament.
I had Illinois.
I know you did. I remember.
Okay.
In the Big Ten tournament, they kind of not dispelled, but they played much better. Everybody was saying they were not the same team away from Madison, Wisconsin. I won't say they completely changed that, but they definitely looked better away from Madison, Wisconsin. That was in Minnesota. That was a neutral site. They played pretty well for 3 games, 3.5 games really. So I think they've dispelled that as well as they can. This game's in Brooklyn, so it's both teams had to go pretty much the exact same distance. Neutral sites, I don't get worried about how bad you were away from home. So I'm going Wisconsin. They're not a bad team. They're not a great team. They're a good team. They are not a bad team. So, and they have a guy who can get a bucket at any time at AJ Storr.
They're not a great team. They're a good team. They're not a bad team. That's what you literally just
Well,
said.
he just called them trash.
Trash.
He just called them trash.
100%
That trash
trash.
team was a good 10 minutes away from winning the Big Ten.
Yeah, but
That's
they
what-
also shot like over 45% from deep. You really think they're going to do that at the Barclays Center? Like they've played
Against
at the
the
neutral
best
side of the Big
perimeter
12
team
tournament for a
defense on
long
the
time.
three-point.
They're not
Yeah,
a great
that's
team. They're a good team. They're not a bad team.
You know what? This is my
That's-
second
that-
island today.
That's
I'm
some
prepared.
serious analysis right
You're not
there.
on an island. I don't have.
UCapper in the comments said he would lean Wisconsin. All right, let's move on to game number 15. 2 left. This is the ultimate, like, somebody sell me on a bet. I don't know if you guys watched the video I uploaded last night, but I was seriously like, I have no freaking idea. In my bracket, I took TCU to advance. That being said, I don't care. If you guys sell me on Utah State, I'm down to bet it. But correct me if I'm wrong, Toast. Seemed like Utah State kind of finished the season off in a slide. Like they do not seem to be playing their best basketball right now, according to the numbers I was looking at. I don't follow Mountain West basketball as closely as you do, but it seems like they were not playing that well the last couple weeks here.
I mean, 8-2 their last 10. I mean, they've been,
No, but look,
they've been-
I know they're 8-2 last 10, but they're 1-4 against the number, and they're shit. Go on. I'll go find what I was talking about.
I mean, this is a coin flip. I would lean TCU just because I'm at a point where I don't know if I can trust Mountain West teams at this point. So I do like the matchup for Utah State. I don't really trust TCU. Yeah, I know it's really hard. I don't really have a side on this one that I like. I guess TCU for the show experience because they have more experience, and I think they're a little bit better team. But this Utah State team is for real. I really don't have an opinion in this one. I'm sorry.
So, okay. So on the full season, you know what? Let me just pull up my spreadsheet so everyone can see. So we're on game 15. Okay, so here's Utah State here. So look at their defense. This is their defensive rating here. On the full season, they have a great defensive rating against the 44th strongest schedule in the country. So solid defense against a good schedule. Look at the last 5 games. Look at this defense, 230th, and you're like, oh, okay, well, maybe they played some tough teams. Their strength of schedule got easier in the last 5. So and there was a bunch of numbers I was looking at in here where every single thing was better in the full column than the last 5. That's what I meant by that. That it seems like Utah State's not playing their best right now. But I don't know. I don't follow Mountain West like that. So, all right, Scoop.
Yeah, I guess like you, I was yeah, this should be a fun one. I think I picked TCU in my bracket, but I'm fading myself after looking.
I
into
think
it more.
that's what I'm thinking about doing too, man. I'm thinking about doing the same thing.
I only have either team out in the next round anyway. So, but Utah State should really have the edge here with Osabor. Emmanuel Miller, I feel like he's gonna get bullied down low. TCU is a decent 3-point shooting team, but Utah State is 3rd in the country defending the 3. TCU doesn't take that many threes anyhow. This is gonna be a battle down low. They're not a great 3-point shooting team at all. So I feel like this game's just gonna be really physical in the paint. And a game like that, you got to go with toast, bread and butter, and free throws. TCU fouls a lot. They're 257th at free throw rate. Utah State gets to the line 25th in the nation. Plus, overall, I think Utah State's just a better shooting team. This team's going to bully TCU down low, so I'm going to take them to move on here.
Scoop, what Scoop just said, I couldn't agree more, and that's how I feel. I took TCU to move on my bracket. I'm fading myself. I think Utah State's the play here based on the fact that we just seen them play their worst basketball, which is probably influencing this line. They probably should only be getting like 1.5, 2 from TCU, but they're coming off such a rough stretch. Yeah, I'll take the points. Hopefully, TCU wins by 2, and I cover my bet. And I am going to bet this. I'm betting this. I cover my bet and win the thing and move on with the bracket. But like Scoop, I have TCU losing in the next round anyway. And also, who gives a shit about my bracket? My bets are more important.
Fair.
Utah State. The only reason I want to do well in my bracket is so I can tweet out that my bracket did better than the three of you. That's it. It's the only reason I care
You
about
can tweet that. You can tweet that right now.
Dude,
I'm
I had
I've
BYU in
lost
the
two
Elite Eight.
matchups already.
Yeah, Utah State can defend a 3 at number 3, but they're also 303
Can't find
defending the 2. Just
Yeah, that's why it's just gonna.
he didn't want to mention that, but yeah.
You didn't want to mention. See, I think.
Yo, Toast, you have a vendetta against me today, man.
No, I think.
You woke up
I'm just looking at it,
bro.
and I'm like, there's a big old red mark on there that you neglected to say.
Kill me.
I think Toast secretly does like TCU because he's pushed back on every point. He's like, no, I don't really care. But no, like so.
Big point.
My self-esteem.
If you have a lot of money on TCU, just come out and say it, Toast.
I don't have a lot of money, period.
Andy,
This year.
Yeah, somebody should probably tell my parents I put the house on TCU tonight. No, I'm on TCU. I agree with what Toast said. Mountain West teams, they're fun during the season when they're playing each other. They're good. They're entertaining. For some reason, I mean, it's pretty much the last 6 years, besides San Diego State, who went on a magical run last year. I don't think they had won a tournament game in that span other than San Diego State. So this is a normal thing from the Mountain West. They don't usually win here, and I don't think they'll keep it closer. I think TCU is more prepared, played a tougher schedule, all of those things. As you said, TCU can get whatever they want inside the paint. All right, they're not going to shoot threes as well. They'll probably be able to do everything else. So I think TCU will win.
so we're split. Community's heavy on TCU here, and hectic lib in the hectic lib. That's a funny name. So hectic lib in the comments. I have my eye on the clock, and I've gotten pretty good at gauge it. We will get to the community parlay and the top bets with about 5-10 minutes to spare before tip.
Yeah.
So I have it timed out pretty good. In the beginning, I was like kind of, but I have it timed out pretty good now.
Somebody said
It's
Andy thinks he has
12:15, right?
parents. What?
12:15 was the first game again.
Yeah, 12:15 is tip, and we got one more game left. Then community parlay and top bets. We're gonna be done with about 10 minutes to spare. It's perfect. I've gotten pretty good. Like if I have to, I have per minutes per game, and if we're going too long, I just cut one of you off with no respect.
Oh, here it is, Andy. Since 2016, the Mountain West 8-17 ATS the NCAA tournament.
There you go.
Toast, I'm going first here.
Cool.
St. Mary's by at least a dozen. I don't even understand the line. Maybe I'm the squarest dude ever, but there was nothing.
Oh my God, look at those pie charts.
I know.
Dude,
What is
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on? Why?
I just found my play of the day.
Dude, it's my bet. This is my favorite bet of the day. I don't understand why. What's going on? You know what?
I don't know. I sent this out last night on your
So
website too.
on paper, Grand Canyon should be held to 25 points in this game. Like, where are they scoring? They're not going to get a single rebound. I don't see it. I don't know if we watched the video I uploaded last night. I went through this game, and it's just a really on the defensive side for St. Mary's. If you want to make a case that Grand Canyon's defense could give St. Mary's offense problems, okay, I'll hear you there. But on St. Mary's defensive side, Grand Canyon should be held to 25 points in this game. It's a perfect matchup. So, yeah, I like St. Mary's to win comfortably. This is my favorite bet. I'm on St. Mary's here. Toast?
Yeah, I really can't add much to that. I can tell you guys right now that I just don't understand. I just don't see what anybody's seeing. This is honestly like copy and paste Gonzaga and McNeese for me. Like it's the very same situation. Like I don't understand why everybody's betting the other side. You're getting a St. Mary's team that's absolutely fantastic defensively. You're getting a Grand Canyon team that has played literally nobody, 274 in strength of schedule. I mean, I guess that because on December 5th they played San Diego State pretty well, but that's going back a really long time. This St. Mary's team is absolutely rolling right now. They just were able to slow Gonzaga down. Now, I will admit that matchup doesn't really do as much for me because I know how much those teams scout each other, so they have a little bit of an advantage against Gonzaga. But like Sauce said, I just don't see how Grand Canyon is going to score in this game offensively. So, not to mention the fact Grand Canyon has a turnover issue. Not that St. Mary's is great turning the ball over, but with that defense and a Grand Canyon that literally hasn't seen a defense like this in months, I just think that they're really, really going to struggle. So St. Mary's, especially seeing those pie charts, St. Mary's is my favorite bet of the day. I bet it last night. It's on Sauce's website. But yeah, I love St. Mary's today.
Couldn't agree more. All right, let's bring up Andy.
Antelopes. I do agree. It's going to be tough But I think they are built for it. You can say they haven't played anybody. They did play
This is a
South
bad
Carolina.
pick. This is the worst
played
pick
them
you've ever
tight.
made on this show, Andy.
This is me taking a shot, a little bit.
This is
a
me
little
losing
bit
money,
like,
is what you should say.
It's
They
a
lost
more
to
calculated
South Carolina.
decision than St. Peter's. I'll say that. I'm more confident in this. Than
What do
I
you
was.
mean? You're trying to tell us St. Peter's wasn't calculated? You went on a rant.
No,
about
it was. It was a calculated decision, but that was more. That's a shot. 15 over a 2 is a shot. This is a 12 and a 5. It's very. I do think the line is a little surprising to me. I thought it would be a little bit higher, which scares me, and the pie charts terrify me. But I'm not going to jump off of it. I already have the money line bet in DraftKings, so I'm not going to change that. It's going to be tough, but they have played some solid teams. They played San Francisco. They played South Carolina, San Diego State, like you said. La Tech isn't exactly a walkover either. So they've
played nobody,
good teams.
and they're running into a brick wall.
They haven't played nobody, but they obviously haven't played who.
This is an
St.
offense.
Mary's
Grand
played.
Canyon's an offense that relies on getting second chance points. Yo, you know what? I want you guys to see it. I want you guys.
Antelopes.
I want
The
you guys-
last time that Grand Canyon played a team that's even St. Mary's is like
It's been a
42.
while. You're right. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's
All right. So what's
94th, that
Grand
was
Canyon
December
on here
30th.
again?
GCU, probably.
No, what Andy knows. Grand Canyon on here.
It's GCU.
Oh,
I
it
just
is?
said it.
Oh no, but I thought it was. Remember, I thought it was 5 letters. We were doing it.
No, that was Charleston.
Oh, that was Charleston.
Charleston
My
was
bad. Okay.
stupid on there. Yeah.
So look at this. This is a Grand Canyon offense that. Where's their offense? Up here. That relies on getting offensive rebounds right here. Good luck getting offensive rebounds on St. Mary's, allowing offensive rebounds with just 19% of their defensive possessions. Absolute beatdown.
Mitchell Saxon is going to have a heyday
Scoop.
tonight, boys.
Scooper, are you on the right side?
Yeah, this is another game I picked on the bracket. Grand Canyon to the Sweet 16.
Wait, did you
And
really?
I stand by my bracket pick, but brackets are brackets, money's money. I'm gonna go with St. Mary's here. Another game I looked
Wow.
at it. I'm going the other way. I'm a fraud.
Well, when you fill out your bracket, this is what's bullshit about the bracket. Not to cut you off. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
you just want to do some upsets.
Yeah, well, in that, and also, when I'm filling out my bracket, I haven't had the chance to look at all the games for Friday yet because there's NBA games on. I can't look at all the games for Friday on Tuesday night. Like that would just be inefficient. So a lot of times it's just like, yeah, I'll fill out the bracket, but I haven't really looked yet. So yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. So I mean, everyone's on Grand Canyon. This line hasn't moved at all. St. Mary's has been annoying to play against all year, especially for faster teams. They're going to slow this game down to a crawl, but they do everything better than Grand Canyon. They're one of the best defenses all year. They're one of the best rebounding teams all year, like you just said. And they're third in defensive field goal percentage. Grand Canyon loves to dribble and drive a lot. They cause a lot of contact. They're tough at the rim, but I think Jefferson and White Anglo-Saxon will be able to hold their own in the paint. With the amount of second chances St. Mary's is going to get, Grand Canyon really is a terrible defensive rebounding team. And St. Mary's playing tougher competition in the West Coast Conference. And plus, books are saying they don't care if anyone's betting Grand Canyon. They're comfortable.
Well,
with the
I don't
line.
know about these pie charts.
What
They're saying the heavy
No, but the
public.
line hasn't moved. This line
I
hasn't
know,
moved
but
at
like
all.
I don't know if I would say
I got it
that.
at 5, so it's
I wouldn't say the heavy public
I
is
mean-
on Grand Canyon though, because we're polling 75% St. Mary's.
I
So-
still think the public's on Grand Canyon. Everywhere I looked at was Grand Canyon. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna take St.
I
Mary's.
think it's split. I think it's split. That's what I'm saying.
A little bit of
Same here.
fear also that the coach, a lot like Will Wade yesterday. He's right. I'm realizing it a little bit more now, and I'm not changing my pick. This does have a lot of similarities to the McNeese game.
Thank
'cause
you.
he's-
Like it's
'cause
like
Bryce Drew's
almost
on the
like
way out, too.
identical. Yeah, it's literally identical.
Good comparison. Yeah, it feels just
Made a
like
very-
that.
Yeah, because
Where we were like, why is this line only 6.5 for Gonzaga? They should kill him. That's what it feels like here. Ronald asked, "Can I look at the stat versus non-conference?" I can, but not in this sheet. Not in this sheet. I have a different one for that I don't have loaded up.
Anybody of note? I don't remember. Obviously, they played Gonzaga.
All right, so our
They
poll
played-
on that one
It's San Diego
was
State.
73%, 21% in
Boise,
favor of
Utah.
St. Mary's. So we are
Cleveland
heavy
State.
on the
Good for
Gales.
playing teams.
You guys want to get down with the community parlay real quick?
Yeah, let's try not to lose it on the first game again.
Played New Mexico too, second game of the year.
And they won every other.
They pretty much played the Mountain West, is what St. Mary's.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. With UNLV too.
Yeah, they pretty much played the Mountain West.
So FAU money line, we'll do Baylor minus 14.5 because they're more than 10 points. UAB I think didn't they side with me on UAB? I'm pretty sure they did.
I have everything. Wait, it's
Oh,
UAB.
UAB money line, and the community likes the Dragons, and then they like Marquette.
Western Kentucky won that poll.
Oh, they did win it. So Western Kentucky was 14.5.
I can't
All right.
wait to see FAU ruin
First-
this immediately again.
All right, first poll is running, and all right. So wait, let's get the community parlay up. That's top bets. That's next. Community parlay. And while you guys are voting, are the first announcement. So first MLB live show coming up Thursday, right, Toast?
I don't know. You're the names on the building. You didn't tell me.
I was wondering when the hell the first MLB slate.
Oh.
was.
I think it's Thursday. Yeah,
I will
Thursday.
not be on that.
Thursday, I think.
Thursday.
Andy, are you on that or no?
I don't know yet. You hadn't told me.
Sporadically.
Sporadic.
Yeah, that'll be me, but very sporadically.
Get me some
But
camera
yeah,
work before college football.
I
That's-
will
that's
start
the plan.
at Major League Baseball tomorrow if you have a show. Scott.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
Tomorrow.
It's Thursday.
I'm ready to go. I don't even need notes. I'm
Thursday,
ready to
March
go.
28th, we're going to go live at this time. Well, no, 11 a.m. Yeah, for the first MLB show. It'll be me, Toast, and Prop Beaver. And then we're going to have a fourth rotating guest. I think we have Kamish for the opener. For those of you who are around for the MLB
I
last
gotta
year.
ask you about that.
FAU money line is the first leg.
Yep. So this is not lasting past 2:00 again.
What?
Just like
You
yesterday.
should have been in the Discord. Everybody was singing your praises.
I saw. I did. See.
It's not gonna.
Yo,
let me
Andy's
go.
always watching. Andy's always
Better
watching the
right.
Discord.
I take it in. I take it all in. I react when I
Yeah,
need to
Andy's
react.
really into voyeurism. He just
Freak,
sits in the corner.
I react when I'm needed to react.
Sits in the
but-
corner and just waits.
Yeah. Well, this one doesn't have like the Izzo in March thing, but I will say Collins is 4-0 against the spread in March. But then you still need to win the game.
Yeah, he still doesn't have the defense he's had the last few years.
Very true.
When's the
got
NHL
boo-boo.
show? I am adding an NHL department next season. And
It's a soccer show.
I don't know. I don't have that on the
When
horizon.
people in America care about soccer.
I'm adding the NHL.
First of all,
No, I wasn't trying to start
All right.
something. I'm kidding.
all right.
I'm kidding.
Anyway, I'm
I would
adding the
think
NHL
Auburn
show
should do this.
next season. And then I think I'm going to do like 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m. with NHL, NBA, and college basketball. I'll have to figure out the scheduling. It's on the agenda.
Somebody said I watched.
I've been
Rob
secretly
Peterson.
capping hockey games. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean, hockey's
opening
cool.
day with
If I had time, I would love to do hockey.
Soccer's cool.
Yeah, I mean, soccer's cool
Nothing.
too.
Nothing.
Opening day, I had a hockey hit, and I was like, I'm gonna retire for the year.
I plan
start.
on doing the summer Saturday MLS shows. Those would be cool.
I'm so excited for the Major League Baseball show. That shit gets personal.
I got more
I know.
excited for baseball after yesterday. JD Martinez, that got me hyped.
Oh my god, that,
Top 8 lineup now.
That ruined the.
People are literally talking spring training baseball on Discord. Like, send them the number, boys. Jesus Christ.
I know.
And I am like the most addicted baseball bettor, one of the most in the world. Like, and I'd rather go broke betting baseball than feed my kid.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh my.
Yo, what?
He said that. He said that.
I wasn't even paying attention. I just heard it.
Good lord.
I respect it though. I respect that.
I'm not sure if I
Can't
do.
say the guy doesn't care. I mean, he's
That's the
an
guy that says-
all-time carer. Huh?
No, we post NASCAR bets on the website every
I
week.
post NASCAR every Sunday.
Yeah, NASCAR bets are on there.
He just doesn't have a video every week. He's a little busy.
Oh, he says. Oh yeah, I don't have time. I mean, I didn't even get an
Sounds
NBA
nice.
video out last night. This time of year's crazy.
DJ LeMahieu's got a bone bruise already. Sucks.
Yeah, he's out like a month.
Things are going really well in the Bronx, huh?
Yeah, I hate my team.
They were just warming up Juan Soto for us.
At least
Can't wait.
Stanton lost 80 pounds. That's cool, I guess.
Can he run?
Is that gonna help him
Probably
hit a?
not.
Is that gonna help him hit a fastball?
He hit 3 home runs yesterday.
I was gonna say, yeah, he hit like 1,000 feet
And
worth
he,
of
I haven't. The only team I paid attention to in spring training is the Mets. I will say that. I know Beatty's on fire right now.
TCU money line.
Is he really? I haven't
Yeah,
seen
he's
that. I
hitting
thought he
like
was gonna be
3-0.
sitting down.
His OPS is over 800, I think, for spring.
Last-
Oh, in spring.
Last
Oh,
leg
yeah.
of the
No, for
community
spring, yeah.
parlay.
Well, Vientos just got
Oh,
it's
shit,
going to be
I
sent
didn't
down now.
That's who it was. I was thinking. That's why.
Vientos is not making the Mets.
I
roster.
flipped him in my head. That's why. Yeah, you're right.
He's,
I mean,
so-
he's a
someone said,
Georgia-
"How are you a Georgia? Are you a Dogs fan and still root for the Mets?"
I was born in Georgia, but I was raised here, so I was.
I'm a
I
Jaguars
still
fan.
hold on to the Georgia college, but I don't pay attention to their pro sports teams. Plus, they all happen to be like rivals of mine.
He right, the Brave.
They're the Braves are the Mets' biggest rivals now.
I'm a Jags fan, and I don't even live anywhere close to Florida, or was anywhere lived in Florida. So
This year was the first
St.
time I went to
Mary's
Georgia
money
since I was a
line.
little child.
St. Mary's money line is the last one.
So he said you can go over a month without food, he'll be all right.
All right, so St. Mary's money line. Anyone have odds open for that?
631 on FanDuel.
All right, so today's community parlay.
These are all fade,
FAU
Andy.
money line, New Mexico money line, Nebraska money line, St. Mary's money line plus 631. Andy on the other side of all
Of
four.
each and every one of them.
That's
I am on the
awesome.
opposite side.
That is awesome. All right, so now let's do top bets and then let's get the hell out of here. So for me,
how we do that yesterday?
well, I went 1 and 2. My top bets. I know that.
Me too.
I don't even know what mine were.
I was 2-1.
I had Washington State, BYU, and what was my third one?
Probably Gonzaga.
No,
Oh,
Texas
Oh, mine
Tech.
should have been Gonzaga. I'm an idiot.
it was
for
Texas Tech. So yeah, I went 1 and 2 in mine yesterday.
that. Yeah, mine was my loss.
So St. Mary's is one of mine.
Kentucky.
My second one will be. I'll go first. Ooh, maybe the Dragons.
I don't even have 3 I like.
I might put the Drags on there.
Dragons.
Everyone was saying it in the thing. They're like, I like Drags money line.
Well, mine's San Diego.
Nebraska, St. Mary's, Nebraska. You know what? I think I'm going to put the Drags as my third, even though I strongly consider Florida. I'm putting the Drags up. All right,
Is
those are my
everybody
three.
doing the same?
Scoop.
Oh, oh.
I'm gonna go San Diego State.
Hold on 1 sec. San Diego State. So that's back in the beginning. San Diego State. Oh, shit. You're fading the Drags. Okay.
Purdue.
Purdue. Minus the 27.
Yep.
Okay.
It's 26. No.
All right, 26. That's great. And Duke.
Purdue and Duke. Let me find Purdue. Oh, there's Duke. Duke. And Purdue's going to be towards the back.
I'll leave San Diego State out. All right.
Come on now. Where the hell's Purdue? There we go. And Purdue. And I'm actually changing mine from this to Florida because the Dragons, the logo, I saw it and I was like, I want that in my top bets. But the truth is I like Florida more.
Love the Dragons.
I let the logo get me. But I do like the Dragons and I bet it, but Florida would actually be something I like better. All right, Toast.
St. Mary's. I don't know. Baylor, Houston. There.
Sounds reassuring.
Sounds
Are we all taking favorites as our
Positivity.
top three?
No.
You're gonna take a dog.
Andy's
Oh,
taking Grand Canyon.
No.
hold on,
After what they said, I am less confident than ever in Grand Canyon, but I'll still be happy to. I have their money line.
All right, go ahead, Andy.
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. Where was
That
that?
is-
The beginning or end?
Was
like right in the
toward
middle.
end. It was, I think, right. I think it's the middle game actually.
Yeah. All right. So Texas A&M. That's a bad pick.
I know.
All right.
Duke.
Where the hell are? All right. So next is Duke.
Got it up. And UConn.
Wow. We have UConn. You said?
Yeah.
I took Stetson.
one underdog, and it is a 1.5 point dog.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I wanted to have the Blazers in mind.
Yeah, I get it.
And Duke, he said. So many favorites. This disgusting. So
You know what? Don't put Auburn. Put Auburn for me, not Duke. Not Duke. Go back down to Auburn. That's a better one. I forgot that game.
all right, these are the top 3 bets for each person. Everyone, thanks for watching. Tip off in 15 minutes. Go get your bets down. Enjoy your Fridays. I'll be back at 4 p.m. with NBA. I got Crispy Cappin and FTB coming on 4 p.m. We're doing NBA. Hope to see you there. So Andy, we can't do the upload tonight, but if you want to come over and do After Effects for me,
Yeah, that's fine.
all right,
Yep.
cool.
Come on.
So all right, everyone, have a good one. See you back at 4 p.m. Later.
See ya.